Hey, I'm Pat Monahan from the band Train, and this is my most requested live Ask Anything chat. Thanks to all the fans out there for sending these questions, and thanks to Romeo for all your support. I hope that I do a great job answering your questions. Jenna Cole from Cincinnati. Would you ever do a small intimate tour and play acoustic shows? Of course. That's my favorite thing to do. That's how Train got started in San Francisco, by playing coffee houses all over any town we could find someplace that would let us play. So, hope to do it again soon. Bonnie from Dublin. Hey Pat, hubby and I are longtime fans of the group and fellow Sail Across the Sunsters. I sang Bruises with you at the Foothills Fall Festival in Maryville, Tennessee in 2012. My Ask Anything question is, would you please grant me the honor of singing Bruises with me again? Of course. I mean, I would love to do that. I kind of stopped doing that, and this summer on the Play That Song tour, we'll be out with some friends of ours, OAR and Natasha Bedingfield. And so I'm hoping Natasha will sing Bruises with me on some nights, but on the nights that she's not, I'd love to sing it with you. Kit from Baltimore. Hey! Hey, Kit. Train Italia from Italy. If Pat Monahan wasn't Pat Monahan of Train, who would Pat Monahan be? Love from Italy, Elena Pina, or Pina, Martina, and all of your Italian fans. I would probably be Pat Monahan, the chef, or perhaps I would really live the dream out and learn how to play golf at a high level and be Pat Monahan, the golfer. But honestly, if I was going to be honest with myself, I would just be the dad. I kind of like being a dad. It's cool. It fits me. I was the last of 7 kids. I've been around kids my whole life, so that's what I like. Violetta from Queens. Can you tell us a little bit about your early years starting out? Did you travel far and tour? We did travel far. On the Meet Virginia tour, we went to Australia. I remember sitting down and having some food at the Hard Rock Cafe in Sydney and seeing the Meet Virginia video, and got me kind of excited to play in front of people of Australia. And so then we toured the whole United States and every other country you could think of for many years. So it's been a long time. Elizanne from Upper Darby. Pat, what is your inspiration behind the name A Girl, a Bottle, a Boat? Honestly, I played the songs from this new album to my friends and family and all the people at my management company and record label. And what we all felt like we should be doing while listening to these songs is hanging out on a boat with a glass of wine and our favorite people. And so that's where it all came from. My favorite person is my wife. I'd love to have a glass of wine on a boat with my wife while listening to this record, and hopefully you'll want to do the same with your loved one. Hope that helps. Emerald from Nashville. Why no title track on A Girl, a Bottle, a Boat? Good question. Every other album has one, and during the California 37 process, you said you wrote one in the studio because every album had one. Well, Emerald, I think I know who you are. Thanks for butting in. I didn't want to write a title track to this because I didn't want to mess up what I thought was the perfect full thought. I thought these 11 songs, there were many songs that didn't make this record, but these 11 were what I wanted to say right now and what I think you'd want to hear. And I didn't want to try to write a song and have it not be as good. I hope that's a good enough answer, but it doesn't mean that I won't finish it and perhaps have one for the future for you, Emerald. Wayne from Perth, Australia. Hi, do you have any intention of coming to Australia and recording a Going Back to Roots album? Well, the first part, yes. I plan on joining my whole band and crew in Australia late in July when we go to Japan and Australia and perhaps New Zealand and some other parts of Asia so that we can play our A Girl, a Bottle of Boat album for all of you guys. And the Going Back to Roots album, I think, honestly, the next album I'm going to make is probably going to be similar to that. I don't want to announce what that's going to be, but I think it'll be what you're looking for. Paul from Auckland, New Zealand. Speaking of New Zealand, when when are you guys going to come to New Zealand? We would love to see you here. Well, we've only been to Auckland one time, and the problem is that you have a very small venue and a gigantic venue. And so, how can we graduate to the gigantic venue? I don't know, but we might be coming to the very small venue sooner than you think. I'm going to find out in the next week, so I can share that with you as soon as I find out if we can make it happen while we're in Japan and Australia. Hopefully it works out. Stacy from Workington. What's your favorite train song to play? Live. It might be, well, it's a lot, actually. Drive-By is super fun. And the new one, Play That Song, is always really fun. But I think Drops of Jupiter has a place in my heart that I think playing that every night for people, it brings a lot of joy and tears at the same time, and that'll always be a really good one for us. Emily from Irmo. Any plans for a concert DVD? DVDs, I don't know. Do they still sell DVDs or have them? We recorded one last year, but I'm not sure it was good enough to put out. So maybe I'm making a small collection of DVDs that eventually I'll put out little snippets of or something. But it's a good idea if you think people would care. I'm not sure. Vanessa from Houston. What do you consider Train's signature song? I think it used to be Drops of Jupiter for many years, and then I think it switched to Hey Soul Sister. So right now, I don't really know. I just talked to a friend of mine the other day who said her 7th grader and all of their friends are talking about Train as a new band because of Play That Song. So maybe Play That Song with a new generation's go-to train track. I think that's what I meant. Virginia from Virginia. Kind of love that. What do you do to warm up your voice before shows? I didn't have to warm up back in the day. I didn't have to used to warm up. I think that's what I mean. I didn't used to have to. That's what I meant. I didn't used to have to warm up. But as time goes on, it helps me sing better and last longer for days at a time if I do warm up for a little bit. And sometimes I just want to get in a room with a guitar and sing whatever melodies and songs come to mind. That's it. It's pretty simple. Piano works great too. Josh from Iowa City. What's the weirdest thought that's ever gone through your head during a show? And like, why did it even pop into my head during that? I pay attention to people watching a lot, and so sometimes people will be singing the wrong words back to me, and that is really it's frustrating and troubling at the same time. It's exciting because I never know what it'll turn into, but that's about the weirdest that it gets. My other thoughts are they're too bizarre to talk about. Sorry, Josh. Tashi from Trenton. Have you ever written the greatest song in your head and then couldn't translate it into notes and words? Probably. I mean, I feel like I've written so many songs in my head that when I try to turn them into real songs, they don't work out. Like most of them, honestly. Very few that I sing in the shower turn into something worth listening to in the end. So I suppose most all of them. Sue from Saginaw. What 5 foods have to be on your tour bus or you make the bus pull over? Good question. I love crunchy granola bars, granola and Greek yogurt. It has to be honey yogurt. I really need a few other items. I'm a big turkey burger guy. I don't know why, I gotta have them. And then they have these new ranch crackers and cheddar cheese that I love. Oh, I wish I didn't love them, but I do. I love them. I love them too. And let's see, maybe one other thing. What's the one other thing? I mean, I love organic everything, organic cashews and almonds and all that stuff, and some dark chocolate, some Save Me San Francisco chocolate would be great. But my biggest food crave is wine. What happened there? So I think that's it. Thank you so much for everything. A Girl, a Bottle, a Boat is out now if you'd like to listen to it. Uh, can't thank Most Requested Live and Romeo for having me train. And, well, my other guys and girls aren't here right now, but we can't thank you enough for having us tonight. And our new CD, as I mentioned, A Girl, a Bottle, a Boat, is out now, and you can see us out on the road if you'd like. We're going to be out with Natasha Bedingfield and OAR from the 12th of May all through July until I think the 15th. So we'll start in Vegas and end just outside of Seattle, Washington. Hope I can see you there. I think you'd like the show. Take care.